Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the bunker. That's my workshop because I've been trying to work in the house, trying to record this, and the dogs have been wonderful to keep barking. But I just want to give you guys some quick updates about the youth and some inspiration to get through the rest of the week and the weekend. First off and foremost, to let you know, the youth yard sale on Saturday, March 24th is still on and is actually growing. We've had lots of people try to contact me to reserve spots for 20 bucks a spot. And we've also had a lot of people who start to see this as a mission aspect, where we have the flash drive, which has come up out of nowhere, and the Burtons have come together to donate their van to host and to fill up with products that the Storehouse for Jesus needs. And so that Saturday morning they're going to be collecting all kinds of things that will help the needs found at the Storehouse. Also, we found out that there will be blood pressure screening offered while we're there, and even Starbucks has decided to help and pitch in and serve some coffee that same morning. And people in our church are actually trying to organize a bake sale and lemonade stuff that the kids want to be doing too while all of it's going on. So pretty neat stuff. Hope you get involved with it. Other things to let you know is this upcoming Sunday afternoon, the youth will be headed to Oak Valley to walk around the neighborhood to hand out some information about the yard sale. And they also will be prayer walking, which is really important. We're going to meet at the church at 4 o'clock on this Sunday afternoon to head over there. I'm in need of parents. Parents, if you can help assist me by shuttling kids to there and to walk with them, I'd appreciate it greatly. Contact me if you're able to do that. We're going to be heading over to the Suttons at 6 o'clock that evening for a little bit of fellowship too. So with that said, I wanted to transition real quick into our Messiah study. We've had 3 sessions so far, and a lot of youth have commented about liking it, and questions have arisen. Just a reminder too, the first session was about how the Messiah is more. We looked at John 14:23 through 24, and we learned how those who truly love God will be the ones that obey and follow Him, and that simply is to love God first, and then to love His people, and all of it, the rest falls from that. The second session, we looked at how the Messiah is the light of the world, and we focused on John 1, and we focused our verses on verses 6 through 9, where we looked at Jesus as the light. And we also found that we can change the word light out for the word life. And we see how Jesus brings light and life to the darkness that we find in this world. And we're going to discuss that a little bit more this upcoming Sunday, because we didn't get to our small group time. And then last night, Wednesday night, we looked at how Jesus' heart is for His people. And we looked at John 3, which is familiar for a lot of us because we know John 3:16. But we actually looked at John 3:17 and how God showed His love to us. And it's really important for us to be able to communicate that love to others so they can understand what Christ's sacrifice truly meant. And surprisingly, a lot of questions came out of that. So this upcoming Sunday, I'm actually going to start off with you guys in small groups so you can ask your questions, because there was a lot of them this past Wednesday night. And below this video, you'll find a lot of key verses that I've put in there to hopefully address some of the questions. So read the verses, and if you guys have any questions about it, share it with me on Sunday morning. And then also on Sunday morning, not only are we going to start off with small groups, but once we come back together, we're going to start a good old St. Patty's Day Green March study, better known as the Thin Green Line. And we're going to be looking at some financial stuff, which people might not like, but we're going to be looking at how giving connects you to something bigger. That's our goal for Sunday, and we'll talk about that. If you want to look ahead, start looking at 2 Corinthians 9 and 2 Corinthians 8 and Acts chapter 4. But what I want to do before I do anything else is I just want to share with you guys some inspiration I found this morning. I got led to 1 Corinthians 15. I read the whole chapter, and it is a great chapter to read because it's Paul telling the people in Corinth about the importance of the resurrection of Christ. The biggest thing I walked away with was that if there wasn't the resurrection, then our faith would be in vain. What we do would be in vain. So that resurrection is one of the key events into our faith, and we should look at that. So read chapter 15, but what really drew my attention is chapter 15, verse 58, and it says this: "Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain." One of the things that I've found is that it's hard being a Christian. It's hard doing God's work, and it's because you don't see it. You don't see the end result. And I just want to challenge you guys to always be steadfast. And for those who need drawings, here's what it means to be steadfast. Simply means there's a path, you need to follow it. Keep following it, be steadfast. There's lots of things that'll come in the way between your path, but be steadfast. The second thing that verse tells us is very simply, be immovable. Strong gusty winds of the world will be telling us to move and to do different things, but we've got to be able to be immovable. And sometimes that comes across as hard-headed, but once we know we're following Christ and we act like Christ and we're moving like Christ, then the things in this world can't move us. And lastly, and most importantly, be abounding in the work of the Lord. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. We never truly see what all we do, but God promises to be with us as we are being obedient to Him. So I love you guys. Let me say a prayer. Dear God, thank you so very much for your continued love in our lives. Lord, let us be able to step out for you tomorrow and this weekend, and let us, Lord, celebrate you. If you have any questions, guys, get in touch with me, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.